It's lit, it's lit, it's lit. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for coming back. Cause I know, like, some people, they be like, oh, that bitch not even funny. Nothing she be talking about be matter. Like, fuck her. But you came back. And I really appreciate that, like, for real. I was supposed to vlog like 2 weeks ago, and then I was supposed to vlog like last week, but then things happen. Crazy stuff, like life happens. And actually, by life happening, that's what actually inspired me to make the next story time, because my life is a fucking movie. It's just crazy, the stuff that be happening to me. I mean, not all of it be funny, but most of it is like a what the fuck moment. Today's story time is going to be about the first time I had an edible. So basically what had happened was, I used to live with my aunt and my granny. She went to Denver. You know, Denver, weed is legalized in Denver, like, clearly. She comes back home. She has some brownies, and I didn't know they were those brownies. So I was in her room and we were just talking, and I'm like, you know, how was Denver, blah, blah, blah. She's like, it was great, you know what I'm saying? Like, we just talking and stuff about her trip and stuff. And she had some brownies wrapped in aluminum foil on her bed. Like, it wasn't aluminum foil, it was like a silver, like, package type stuff. And it was like different flavors, like it was cappuccino, it was double chocolatey chip, it was caramel. It was a bunch of them. So I'm like, what are these? And she was like, they brownies. You want one? And I'm like, yeah. And I'm not thinking nothing of it. So I'm like, I never had a cappuccino brownie before. And she was like, try it. I pick up the brownie and I'm unraveling. I'm looking at her because I'm like, why are you watching me eat this brownie? But it's not clicking in my head, like, what's actually going on. Like, it never clicked until after the fact. So the brownie was like this big, like, it's medium sized figure. So I just stuffed the whole thing in my mouth and I ate it. And then she looking at me like, and then she gets to cracking up laughing. And I'm like chewing and stuff, like, what's funny? And I swallow it and everything, you know, I'm all good. The brownie was good. Like, I never had a cappuccino brownie before, so that shit was wild. I'm like, oh shit, they got coffee brownies and shit? Like, what the fuck? And so she like, why the hell would you eat that whole thing? And I'm like, it's a brownie. What do you mean, why would I eat the whole thing? Like, you don't need to nibble on a brownie. Like, who does that? She was like, that wasn't a normal brownie. So I'm like, what do you mean? This ain't no normal brownie. Like, it tastes like a brownie, look like a brownie, so it must be a brownie. Because you know the saying, like, if it quack like a duck, walk like a duck, then it must be a duck. So I'm using that right now to, like, trying to figure out what she trying to tell me. Like, how was it not a brownie if it looked like a brownie, smelled like a brownie, and tasted like a brownie? It had to be a brownie. She was like, no, that was one of the Denver brownies. And I just froze. Like, you telling me I just ate a whole edible? Is that what you're telling me? And at the time, I had never did anything like smoke, drink, none of that. Like, that was like me losing my, like, intoxication virginity or some shit. Like, I'm like, oh my god, I don't know what's gonna happen next. Like, when I see this stuff on TV, they be doing crazy shit, so I'm ready to be doing crazy shit, you know what I'm saying? But, like, nothing was happening to me. Like, I was completely normal. And she just kept laughing. I'm like, can you please stop? Like, what am I supposed to do now? She was like, nothing. Just go in there and do what you normally do. I'm like, okay. So I'm thinking, like, maybe this shit don't work, because I'm literally feeling like the normal Imani. Like, nothing is, like, being weird. My brain not fizzing. Like, I'm not, like, getting naked and doing crazy shit. Well, you shouldn't be doing that type of crazy shit off a weed brownie anyway, because that's like some crackhead shit. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, ain't shit happening, which means I should be good, which means, like, maybe they wrapped a normal brownie and I just took that normal brownie. Like, it's a chance that could have happened. I'm in the living room, but all of a sudden I started feeling weird. I felt I was in the sun and somebody was pulling the shade over my body, like, slowly. So, like, it was getting, like, cold. Like, you know how, like, when you walking in the sun and you walk past something and then you get that, like, cold drift for a second and then the sun hits you again? I felt that going through my whole body. It's like slowly. And so I'm like, this is weird. And I didn't think nothing of it because I'm thinking like, okay, maybe the brownie is working. And maybe this is all that's going to happen. Maybe this is the only feeling I'm going to get. So I FaceTime my friend Ash. Oh, and then, I don't know if I mentioned that this is my junior year in high school. So I FaceTime Ashley like, bro, I think I'm high. And then she get the cracking the fuck up like, bro, shut up, blah, blah, blah. What did you do with your dumb ass? Like, I'm on the phone with her. All of a sudden, it feels like somebody pushing, like a fat man is sitting on my chest. Like he just sat down real hard. I'm talking to her and I'm like, like, what the fuck? What's happening? Like my chest is sinking in like somebody's sitting on me. And she cracking up. I'm like, this ain't funny. Like I was talking real soft. So like, side note, when I'm high, my voice gets really high pitched. Like I start talking like this. I don't know why. So the whole time I'm talking like this. So how can you take somebody serious who's talking like this when they really feel like they dying, but they high, but they feel like they dying? Like, you don't understand what I'm saying? But anyways, so I'm talking like that the whole time and she not taking me serious, but I'm like, bro, I'm really dying. And so I started like crying because I was too high and I didn't want to be high no more. Like I was for real crying, but I was crying so hard that I was laughing, and then I couldn't stop laughing. And then the fact that I couldn't catch my breath to stop laughing, I was crying even harder because I was dying inside. Like I couldn't breathe, I couldn't laugh no more. Like everything was hurting and I was just laughing and crying, but I really wanted to cry in pain because I was hurting. Like I felt like my body was finna explode. Something had happened where like I think her phone had died or something, so I was on Snapchat and I wanted somebody to come help me because I was really out of it. So I'm on Snapchat and I'm crying and I'm recording. I'm like I'm in a bubble. I'm in a bubble. I can't get out the bubble. But in my head, if you've ever seen like Wizard of Oz, like when the Good Witch of the East, yeah, she came in on a bubble. I was in that same bubble, but I was dying. It was no good witch. It was, I'm dying. Help me, nigga. Like, it was, oh my God. Like, I'm getting hot thinking about it because I was really high. So, I'm like on Snapchat. I'm like, help me. I'm in a bubble. I'm in a bubble. I can't breathe. Somebody come get me out the bubble. And I'm going like this. So, I'm on my iPod. And I'm like, I can't move. And I was like floating. Like, I was really lifting, like literally like lifting up off the couch on Snapchat trying to get out this bubble. So this whole time I'm trying to call my auntie name. I'm like, Shelley, help me, Shelley, please help me, I can't scream. And so Shelley is ignoring me completely, like has completely blocked me out. Like she's in her room minding her business and she just think I'm on some hot shit, which I was, but I was really dying. So I ended up calling my best friend at the time, but I was crying and laughing because I couldn't, like my body didn't know which emotion to feel because the shit was hilarious, but I really thought I was finna die. So I'm like trying to tell her like, oh my God, like I'm finna die, but I just keep laughing. And she like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, I can't breathe, like come help me. So she like, okay, I'm on my way. So I call Ashley and I'm like, bro, I can't breathe, like I need help. And Ashley getting worried now because I'm like, my face is completely red because I keep laughing and crying. And so she like, bro, are you okay? And I was just slowly sliding off the couch, like, and I stopped breathing, like for real. Like I really was dying. Like wasn't nobody taking me serious, but I was really like dying. Like, so I slid off the couch and like I dropped my iPod and it was facing me, but I was dead. Like my soul was snatched from my body in the worst way possible. And I died. Like I closed my eyes, took my last breath and everything. For like 15 seconds. I'm guessing I held my breath, but in my brain I was dead. So Ashley's like, Imani, get up, stop playing. And so like I guess my spirit ain't want to die. So I was like, and I woke back up and I'm like, Ashley, come help me, I can't breathe and I'm thirsty and I can't drink nothing. And then she's like, bro, you need to go get your auntie. But I couldn't move. I was like stuck on the ground. I'm like, Ashley, I love you so much. I think I'm finna die again. Then she like, no, Imani, don't die. Don't die, just wait till the person get there that's supposed to be coming. I'm like, bro, no, I'm about to die, I love you. Tell my mama I love her. P.O.P. holding it down. And so then I took my last breath again. So I'm like falling asleep, but I'm thinking I'm dying. 5 seconds go by, I come back to life like, I was like, oh my God, Ashley, I thought I was really going that time. And she is so scared because I'm really like dying and it's really scary. And so then my best friend at the time ended up coming, so I like crawled to the door to let her in. And so she was knocking on the door, so my auntie had came out the room and seen me on the floor. She was like, what the fuck is going on? She was like, it's people knocking real hard at the door. You crawling on the fucking floor like a snail. What the fuck is going on? And I was like, I'm too high. Like, I'm dead. Like, I'm dying. You're not talking to Imani anymore. You're talking to her spirit, and it's gone. Imani is dead. Like, she has died 3 times already. Like, there's no reviving her. And my auntie is fucking cracking up. Like, and then Karima is fucking cracking up. Like, everybody's laughing, but I'm really dying. Karima ended up trying to give me something to drink, and like she had my mouth open like this. I don't know if it was water or soda, but she was like going like this. I couldn't swallow it. Like, I was really dehydrated, but I couldn't swallow it, so I just kept gargling. I just kept gargling the water. And she's like, swallow. I was like, I can't swallow it. I'm too high. So I ended up drinking a little bit after like 20 minutes. I couldn't drink nothing. Like, and Ashley was scared on FaceTime. She was like, bro, you fucking retarded. Don't do this shit no more. Karima ended up leaving and stuff. And then my auntie was like, she just came back out her room and was just looking at me and shaking her head like, this shit is crazy. Like, she was like, you are funny as hell. And I'm like, I was really dead and y'all think that shit funny and it's not funny. I had school the next day because this happened on a Wednesday. So I had school the next day. I woke up and I was like, I'm still high, I'm going back to sleep. I woke up the next day, like a whole 24 hours later. Woke up, was like, damn, I'm still high. Went to sleep again, like, and woke up. And then it was like midday, and I just didn't go to school until the next week because I was so high. That is my story on my first edible, and that shit was wild. But what inspired me to make this story was my auntie. So, my auntie died last week. This is kind of like me, I guess, tributing this video to her. It's memories like this that's making me not like real sad and depressed and shit. You know, I want to be active and shit. Like, okay, you know, she would want me to be this way and blah blah blah, and she was proud of me, you know. I want to believe that with my heart and stuff. Like, yeah, like she would want me to like keep smiling and shit, you know what I'm saying? But that shit hurt. Like, that was my auntie, man. Like I lived with this woman. Like, this woman was like a second mom to me, so it's kind of fucked up. See, now I'm getting sad. That was like the funniest memory I had with her. And I just wanted to share that with y'all. Don't really have advice for people who lose somebody, because there's nothing that somebody else can tell me at this time that will make me feel better. So I can't be like, oh, it'll get better. Oh, this will happen. Oh, like, no. Because that's not always necessarily true. Like, a death can fuck you up for the rest of your life. I mean, I know that it's not going to fuck me up for the rest of my life, but I'm not going to give no advice that is it's not always going to be 100%. I like to think of myself as a realist. Like, I'm a very realistic person, so I don't know. I guess it's always different when people lose somebody. I don't grieve well whatsoever. Like, I get in the slump, like a real bad slump, but I bring myself out of the slump by myself. Like, I don't like talking to other people when shit like this happened to me. I'm gonna miss her though. In memory of Shelley Dupree, love you. Thanks for introducing me to weed. But I just wanted to share y'all like that story with y'all, and that was, yeah, that's basically it. So, you know, tune in next time for my next video, because, you know, like I said before, I got stories for days. So thank you for watching, and I hope like you do some crazy shit. Like, do some crazy shit today. Like, I feel like you gotta do some crazy shit today because I told you this story. Like, do some crazy shit. Make today memorable. Like, today, not tomorrow. Don't think of the past like, oh, I already did some crazy shit yesterday. No, do some crazy shit today. Like, you only live once. That's the motto, nigga, YOLO. And we bought it every day, every day, every day. Like, for real. All right, bye, y'all.